Welcome back to today's lesson, children. Today we are going to see how to transform the adverb to using the conjunction so that. Okay. Now in this to, okay, in this to there is a negative meaning. So how we can see? Okay, we can see through these written rules. So in these rules itself, okay, there are this negative meaning. That means cannot is there, in this also cannot be, here also could not, here also could not be. So there is a negative meaning in this. In every rules you can see that there is a negative meaning in this to. Okay, now so what is the rule when the when the sentence is in present tense? What all you have to learn, what rules you have to follow. So that is what I have written here. The first rule is, for everything, that means present tense also I have written the first rule, past tense also I have written first rule. Okay, for two rules I have written. So first rule, let us see. So when what is the first rule for the present tense? Okay, so how you will identify if the sentence is present tense or not? So you seeing these words, okay, that means if the sentence, in the sentence, if you find out if there is am or is or are, okay, you will understand that there is, the sentence is in present tense. So when the sentence is in present tense, which rule you will follow? This rule you will follow. That is, instead of to you will use so, then instead of this to you will use that, then subject, then plus cannot, plus verb 1 you will use it. Okay, and then similarly for the past tense you will use, okay, past tense. That means past tense, how you will find out the sentence is in past tense? See, in the sentence, if there are words like verbs like was and were, you will think that the sentence is in past tense. Okay, now the rule for that is, first rule, okay, so, okay, instead of to you will use so, instead of this to you will use that, then plus subject plus could not. Okay, for past tense you will use could not. How you will identify it is past tense or whether the sentence is past tense or not? Seeing this word, seeing this verbs in the sentence. Okay, was or where, if it is there, you will you will know that the sentence is in past tense. Then you will use this rule. Okay, and now the second rule, let us see. In the present tense there is second rule, in the past tense also there is second rule. Okay, why I have written the second rule for every tense? Why? Because if the subject is, okay, if the subject is not a person, if the subject is a thing like food, dress, okay, something, a toy, whatever it is, the cat, if it is there, means for all those, if it is a name of a thing, the subject is a thing, or if the subject is an animal, you will use this second rule. You will use which rule? You will use this second rule. For present tense you will use so, that, plus subject plus cannot be plus verb 3. Okay, similarly for past tense you will use so, instead of to you will use so, then this to, that, plus subject plus could not be plus verb 3. So I hope these rules you have understood, but you need to learn this following rules. Okay, without fail, please take down this following rules in your grammar notebook. Okay, so that you will, whenever you are asked to do it, you are asked to change this, you will turn all these rules and you will take down. Okay, now shall we see through the sentence some examples? Okay, so one example I am giving you. The example is, he is, okay, too dull. He is too dull to study. Okay, he is too dull to study well. Okay, now listen here. The subject is a person. Okay, so you will use first rule. Okay, and now here is there. Okay, is, if is comes, what you have to use? It is, the sentence is in present tense. So when the sentence is in present tense, which rule you will follow? Okay, so then that plus subject plus cannot plus verb 1. Cannot plus verb 1. That rule you will follow. Okay. So let us start to write the answer for this now. He is, instead of this to, what you will write? So you will write. Okay. Then this dull you will take down. Then instead of this to, what you will write? Okay. That. What is the rule? That plus subject. So what is the subject here? This he you will bring down. That he. Then for present tense what you will use? Cannot. So cannot study well. Cannot study well. The sentence. Okay. This is for present tense. Now for past tense I am writing. Okay. Okay. He is too weak. Okay. He is too weak to run fast. Okay. He is too weak to run fast. Sorry, I have written in present tense. I'll change it into past tense. Okay. Now see. Now see, the subject is a person. So subject you will write. Okay. Now was. The verb is in past tense. It is in past tense. So past tense you will use this thing. So that plus subject plus could not plus verb 1. This rule you will use for this. Okay. So let us start. He was, instead of this to, what you will write? So then this week. Okay. So week. Then instead of this to, that. Okay. Then this he, again the subject. He, to that he could not. Why we are using could not here? Because this sentence is in past tense. So we are using he could not run fast. Okay. Over. Now one more sentence we will see. One more sentence. Third one. Okay. The food is, okay, too salty to eat. Okay. Now listen carefully the sentence. The food is too salty to eat. Now here the subject you can see something difference it is there between the first and second sentence. Okay. Some difference is there. So in the first and second sentence we saw the subject was a person. Here in the third sentence it's not a person, is it not? It is the name of a thing. So here the subject is the name of a thing. So some rules you had to change now. So now let us see now. We'll start now. The food is, instead of this to you will use so. Okay, then this salty you will take down. Salty. Okay, the food is so salty. Then instead of this to, what you'll write? That. Okay, that. Okay, the food. Instead of this food, what pronoun you will use here? It. Okay, it. For present tense, what is the rule? So, that plus subject plus what? Okay. What you are writing here? Cannot. Then eat you are writing. Okay. You have written like this. It, that, it, cannot, eat you have written. Now see after writing this, most of you don't see this answer after finishing it. Now see I am checking here. I have written like that. Now again I am checking if I am Surya, so I will check this. So what I'll do, the food is so salty that it cannot eat. What it cannot eat? How it cannot eat will come? The food only is so salty. Again the food cannot eat. It's wrong, is it not? So something that doesn't make any sense here. So this is wrong. This one is wrong. So what you will do? You will write. You will use which rule you will use? That it. Second one, cannot be you will use. Cannot eat you will not write. Cannot be verb 3. Eat, ate verb 2. Eaten is verb 3. So it cannot be eaten. This rule you had to use. Okay. Now let us see next sentence. Uh, in some sentences there will be like this. Okay. These words would have included. Now, some sentences, these words like for him is there. If for him comes, how you had to change, what you had to do. That, he you will write. Okay. Then for her, if it is there, means you will write there. That, she you will write. Okay. Then if it is for me, if it is there, okay, you have to use that, I you will write. For him, that he. For her, that she. For me, that I. Okay. Then for them, if it is there, means what you will write? That, they you will write. Okay. Then for us, if it is there, means that, we. Okay. Understood? So these you had to learn this also. Should not forget. Now we will see another sentence using these words. Okay. Yeah. First sentence. It was, okay, too hot. It was too hot for him, okay, to go out. Okay, see the sentence here. It was too hot for him to go out. Now in this, listen carefully. Now this, what you had to do. The subject is it here. So you will write that here it. Then it is in past tense. The verb is in past tense. So you have to use could not. Okay, don't forget. So now it was too hot. Instead of too, what you will use? So. Then this hot you will take down. Then instead of this for him, what you will do? It was so hot. Instead of for him, what you had to write? That he you will write. So that he. Then what you had to use? Could not, because it is in past tense. So could not. Okay, could not go out. Okay. Instead of this to, you are using, okay, could not go out. Now, second sentence. In the second sentence, see what changes. What difference is there in the second sentence, okay? It is too hot to go out. Okay? It is too hot to go out. Now you have to use this. So that. Now listen. It you will write. And then this is, it is in present tense. Okay? So cannot you will write. Okay? So it is. Then instead of this to you will write so. Then this hot. It is so hot. Then instead of this to, what will you write? Here is there for him and all. Is it there? These things are not there. Is it not? Is there any subject? No. So now what subject you will use here? What subject you will use? Can you use it cannot go out? It will not be meaningful. It will not make any sense at all. So you should use, in such cases you will use one. What do you use? One you will use. O-N-E, one. Okay. So that one cannot go out. Like this you will write. Okay. Don't forget this. the dress is too costly. Okay, too costly for me to purchase. Now tell me, what you will write? The dress. Okay, the dress you will write. The dress. Then it is in present tense, so you will use there. Cannot you will use. So dress is. Then instead of this two you will write so. Then costly. Okay, then for me what you will write? That I you will use. Is it not? So that I. Okay, then instead of this you will use cannot. That means it is in present tense, so cannot. Then purchase, that I cannot purchase. Okay, now the next is using to. Only one sentence let me give you. Using to. Using to in a sentence. Using to means there will be to also. Okay, so one sentence. He was, okay, so slow that he could not speak English. Okay, now in this what you will do? You change the sentence using this to. It is very easy for you. Okay, so this he was you will write it down. Okay, and instead of this to, what you will write? To you will write, and this slow you will take down, and this that he could not. What you have to do? You have to omit it. Omit this. Okay, instead of that, what you had to write? You had to use to in that. Okay, you have to use to. Then the speak. Then English. Okay, that's all. I hope you have understood this lesson. Okay, so in the next lesson we will see the next part. Okay, thank you children.